truth about communists in America. So here's the real truth. You have Indian families, Pakistani families, Muslims, Christians. You have all sorts of people coming to America from communist nations for a better life. The only people who talk about communism inside of America, to be quite frank, is white trash. I'm going to be quite frank about this. Most of the people who want to be communists in America, yes, there's minorities in it too, but they're basically white trash. Because people who escape communism, like my parents, like immigrants' parents from Vietnam, China, Nigeria, Brazil, they come here for a better life because that's what capitalism provides. It's only the people who grew up in this country who are lazy, who are losers, who basically have nothing going for them but a victim mentality. They're the ones who want communism because they can't compete. They're freaking losers. They can't compete. So they want handouts. If you go to any communist country in history, it has always become authoritarian because on paper, communism looks good. But once you actually get a taste of it, it gets real sour. So when it comes down to it, you have to have an authoritarian government within communism because once people taste it, they don't like it and they'll rebel. And the state needs to crack down. China's authoritarian government. The Soviet Union was authoritarian. So again, you don't see people when it was West Germany and East Germany. You never saw people from West Germany trying to go east. You always saw East trying to go west. Because West Germany was capitalist, East Germany was communist. So what did communists do? First, they built a wall. But the people still climbed the wall and they get out. And then they had barbed wire, but people still risked their lives to do it. Finally, they started putting guards up there with guns, and people still risked it. People risked their lives to escape communism because in their hearts, they basically said, it's better to die on my fucking feet than live on my fucking knees. That's all communism is. That's all it's ever gonna be. Communism is equality through poverty. Anyone who says anything different, they either are stupid or they've been brainwashed. Joseph Stalin, the granddaddy communist of them all, his mentor Lenin never wanted him to lead because Lenin, the guy who killed 5 million people, thought this guy was a little bit crazy. Could you imagine a guy like Lenin, a bloodthirsty murderer who is responsible for at least 5 million to 6 million deaths in Ukraine? He called it a genocide over there, stole all their food and fucking killed them. And he thought Stalin was unfit because he was a maniac. Could you only imagine? Then Stalin comes to power. All of a sudden, his wife in 1932 is like, yo, where are all my friends disappearing to? And she would go ask her husband what happened. They're like, oh, they're on vacation. But she started figuring out that all her friends were being killed. Every single one of them. And then in 1932, she committed suicide because she would rather commit suicide than be with that fucking monster called Stalin. And then what did Stalin do afterwards? He fucking arrested her fucking families and put in the gulags and killed most of them. This is what communists idolize, a piece of garbage like this. Only thing I can say about Stalin is at least he didn't steal. I'm never going to call him a thief because he would walk around with holes in his shoes. But he was a bloodthirsty murderer, just like Chairman Mao with his great leap forward. 50 fucking million people died. 50 million. And they're going to say, oh, shit happens. Imagine genociding 50 million people and thinking shit happens. Communism, communists are pure evil. And the only good communist is a dead one. One of my heroes in life is General Franco. Look him up. See what he did to fucking communists. Understand this. These are nothing but thieves who want to steal what you and your family have, and they'll put a bullet in you if you stop them. You try to stop them. Not in this country. Not this place. See, Lenin didn't let his people have guns because if he did, he knows what would have happened. It would have been a revolt. America has guns. We don't revolt because at the end of the day, this is the most just society in the world. Yes, it has its faults. Yes, it's not perfect. But America is the best country that's ever existed. That's why people come here. That's why people die traveling for Honduras to come all the way through Mexico. Deal with the rapists and gangsters for the opportunity for a better life for their kids like my dad gave to me. You fucking communist scum. Get the fuck out of here. They're not even human to me.